yeah, okay. Now let's get into spoiler talk. I'm gonna put the spoiler words on screen. So for those of you who have not seen the film yet, who are going to see the film, mute the stream. As you see these words on the screen right here, spoilers. All right, if you don't want to hear the spoilers, mute the stream until these words get off screen. Once these words have disappeared like this, you're safe. But until then, don't unmute the stream. There, you've been warned. I'll give chat 3 seconds to mute the stream. So I'm gonna go into finer details with the film as we talk about spoilers here. In 3, 2, 1. All right, spoiler talk. Okay, so like I was saying, in the first 5 minutes of the film, when you see Kid Sonic running around Green Hill Zone, that's how they explain. Emote only chat for 10 minutes. All right. Someone's gonna get mad because they didn't listen. But when it's in Green Hill and we see Kid Sonic. Okay, so some of the leaked stuff in the scripts that came out were true. There is indeed an owl character in this that people were rumoring about, how Sonic was going to be raised by an owl character, and people were like, oh, that's like the OVA with the old man owl character. So there's this, what's the character's name? Longclaw is his kind of mother figure. She's apparently been raising Sonic in Green Hill Zone forever, and she warns him not to run around because his speed attracts unwanted attention. And of course, as a kid, what does he do? He does exactly what she says not to do, runs around, and gets caught. Okay, so here's the spoiler part that the audience and I kind of had like this, huh? Moment. So remember when we all looked at the trailer and we saw in the background behind Sonic, there were these tribal looking mother freakers holding spears and whatnot? I might actually be able to find that if I look it up real quick. Hang on. Hold tight. If you look at Baby Sonic trailer, maybe we'll pull it up. Okay, so here. Let's see if we can find it. Where the heck is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, so this part right here. Remember how we all looked at this part and we said, huh, those look kind of like echidnas. Turns out they are echidnas. So get this. This is a tribe of echidnas, and apparently in this universe, they are evil, and they are after Sonic. So, in a way, it kind of fits like Sonic Adventure, where what's that character's name? God dang it! Tikal's dad, Knuckles' ancestors, Pac-Man, and how he was basically trying to gain power to wage war on the world, and eventually winds up causing the extinction of all echidnas by pissing off Chaos, and then Chaos goes and kills them all. So this is like basically that tribal thing where they are. This scene right here is right before they attack Sonic. So Pac-Man. This is right before they attack. These guys aren't just holding up spears, being like, "Is he threatening?" No, they are about to throw spears and stuff at him. And the character that Sonic is holding the flower up to is Longclaw, the owl mother character, who's raising him. And she basically has to escape with Sonic. She grabs Sonic and she like tries to fly away. And all the echidnas, and they get a close-up shot of them. They look like echidnas, like they're Knuckles style. And I heard a kid in the audience go, "Is that Knuckles?" And it was funny, but they start shooting at her, and eventually one of them hits her, nails her, and she falls, and she's like, "Sonic, you must escape. Never stop running. You must stay hidden because your speed is dangerous and people will want your power." So she gives him this bag of rings, and that's how he has rings and knows how to use them. In this movie, much like the games, the rings are used as giant warp portals to go from world to world. And this gets a little more interesting. This is what I meant by this is its own canon type thing, because Sonic's backstory has never really been expanded upon, besides like the Archie comics, which made it weird, and Sonic Underground, where he was raised by a queen and he had two brother and a sister. And there's different interpretations of his backstory, but this one's definitely different. So he uses the ring to get to his world, having to leave Longclaw behind to, I guess, get killed by the echidnas, because they're chasing them. And that's how he winds up on Earth. And basically, for 10 years, 10 long years, Sonic is by himself. So if you're wondering if Sonic is a little obnoxious and annoying in this film, he kind of is. He talks a lot to himself, and when he eventually talks to humans, he like runs his mouth really quickly. He's a speedster type character, right? But I feel they did a pretty good job of explaining why Sonic acts the way he does, is because he leaves this world as like this kid Sonic, but then fast forward 10 years to in the human world where he meets Tom and all that. So for 10 years he's been by himself. He has no one to talk to whatsoever. So he's kind of in his own head and crazy because he has not had contact with anybody for 10 years, staying hidden amongst the people, except for one person who knows that he exists in the town called Crazy Carl, who's this old weirdo. There's every single place has a Crazy Carl character, but Sonic basically is like taunting this man with his existence. So Sonic is like alone the whole time, and he's just like messed up because of it. Which leads to him. Hang on, I'm trying to think of the order the movie happens in. Sonic is watching a kid's baseball game, learning, seeing how they're all interacting and whatnot. He sees the kids are like having a good time, and at the end they're like, yeah, high fives all around. And Sonic's like, that looks cool, I want to do that. So after everybody leaves and it's like the baseball field is pitch black, lights come on, no one's around, he plays a baseball game with himself, with every baseball role being played by Sonic. He's hitting the ball to himself, he's playing the outfielder and all that stuff, and he's playing all these characters by himself. And at the end of it, he's like, he scores and he's like, yeah, he holds his hand up for a high five and he realizes no one's there. And this is what I mean by like, he's kind of nuts in a way, but he kind of realizes like, oh no, I really am alone, and he just kind of loses it. So he starts running around really fast in circles, I guess because he's stressed when he realizes he's really going to be by himself for the rest of his life, and then causes this huge explosion, blackout, outage, and that's when the government gets aware of his existence. They're like, was this an attack, blah blah blah. Send out Robotnik, and here comes Jim Carrey in to examine it. And yeah, once Jim Carrey hits the screen, it starts getting more entertaining because like, he's so damn weird in this. I'm trying to think. Oh, so Sonic's plan is, in case something bad happens, if he ever has to leave the Earth, he has to go to the world of mushrooms, this planet of mushrooms. You guys know what I'm talking about if you've seen the trailers. Let's see. I think it might actually show up in this trailer. Maybe it was the other trailer. Maybe not this trailer, but you guys have seen the trailer where Jim Carrey is in this world of mushrooms. It's the other trailer, I thought so. Right. So he needs to go to that planet if Earth ever becomes unsafe for him. If he ever gets discovered, he has to use his rings to get to the world of mushroom, which he hates. There's only mushrooms there. And everybody's like, that's Mushroom Hill from Sonic and Knuckles. Trying to think. But he opens up this map where he's like, there are basically 7 worlds, I want to say. There are 7 worlds or 7 universes. And Green Hill Zone was in one world. The Earth is another world. And there's like 5 other worlds on this map. One of which had the, I believe it was the Sega Saturn looking logo, like on it. It looked like the Sega Saturn logo. One was like this sun. It looked like Nights into Dreams kind of styled sun. I need to watch the movie again. If I could get like a screenshot of that map, it's like, okay, they're kind of, yeah. It was the Saturn, it was like a Saturn reference, Sega Saturn reference. It was very strange, but I was like, okay, so in this movie there is, I guess, 7 worlds or 7 universes that are taking place simultaneously at once. I've already covered most of everything. I'm just trying to go over details that were worth mentioning that I couldn't mention when we were doing the spoiler-free part. What else? Jim Carrey does not look like the Eggman we know until the absolute end of the flick. The part where you saw him putting on the goggles and he has the long mustache. Yeah, everybody thought that was the end of the movie. That is the end of the movie. That's the actual credit sequence. A little bit of a post-credit sequence. So if you're going in expecting to look like that, he's not gonna look like that. There are no Chaos Emeralds in this film. No Chaos Emeralds are mentioned at all. They are the MacGuffins of the games are not referenced. Just rings and Sonic's power, which is not Chaos focused, more like a speed lightning force. So he does not go super in this film. I don't know if people are expecting that, but he does not. Trying to think. What are major plot points that people will probably ask about? Oh, okay. So the real kicker is you're going to want to, I guess this is a spoiler, so I don't have to hold back. You're going to want to stay for after the credit sequence, because a certain character shows up, and the audience kind of lost it when that character showed up, and I was like, wow. In any other like Sonic related thing, I'm gonna say the name of the character. I don't know if you're still watching this. If you didn't want to get spoiled, there it is. Tails shows up at the post credit sequence. He shows up, and I believe he's still voiced by his game counterpart. It sounds like, is it? What's the voice actress for Tails in the current games? I forget her name. Same actress? Yeah, okay, so I thought that was weird that they didn't get the Sonic voice actor from the games, but they got the game voice actor to voice Tails. Granted, he only says one line in the film. He says something along the lines of, I think I found it. Yeah, because at the end of the film, it zooms into this cliff, and all of a sudden leaves start to go around in a circle like something's coming up. All of a sudden this portal ring shows up, and out comes this fox. He lands and he's like, I think I found him. Hopefully I'm not too late. And then he's like, he jumps off the cliff and you see Tails fly into the distance, and it's like, that's the end of the movie. Like the big teaser. Yeah, but the audience, like, you should hear like the audience. My audience, they lost it when freaking Tails showed up. They were like, ah, Tails! You know, like the kids in the audience go, it's Tails! Like, they're like, you could tell they were talking to their mom and dads. They're like, that's Tails! And stuff like that. They were really excited. So I was like, I kind of really hope they get a sequel, because it's like, alright, they're bringing the crew together, kind of. But yeah, in any other Sonic media, Tails showing up would have been like, oh yeah, of course Tails. But it's like, it was kind of exciting to see Tails pop up in this film. And I'm also happy to report Tails looks on point, much like Sonic does in here. Tails looks great. I'm thinking the Tails after credit thing was shot after the redesign thing, because I don't want to imagine what Tails would have looked like if it was if he had an earlier design like Sonic did. Colleen Villard was the voice actress for Tails. Yeah, Tails looks great when he shows up. He only shows up for like 30 seconds. But those 30 seconds, you're like, hey, there he is. So, as far as we know, in the movie verse, I'm just gonna call this the movie verse, echidnas exist. I am so curious to see what Ken Penders is gonna say about this. Not that he owns echidnas, because as we all know, even before his echidna nonsense, echidnas were in the Sonic games as far back as '99 when Sonic Adventure happened, with Tikal and Knuckles' backstory and all that. So he does not own echidnas, but I'm scared to see what he's gonna say on Twitter if the word ever gets to him, if he ever sees this movie. Like, it's a shame they copied echidnas, but they didn't make them as advanced as I did in the comics. They made them tribal, that's weird. Or something like that, I don't know. Thanks, Ken Penders. Thanks to you, where Sega is now scared to put echidnas in the games. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was thinking for the end credit stinger, they were gonna be like, Tails. I knew a character was gonna show up as the stinger. That's how you have to end your movie. Thanks to Marvel doing that, now every film has to have. Not every film, but most films end with like the thing you want to see. Like, right? If a character doesn't show up in, let's say, I don't know, god dang, if a Dragon Ball Z movie happened, let's pretend the movies never happened. Let's pretend a Dragon Ball Z movie happened, and they only went to the end of the Saiyan saga, and then at the end of the Saiyan saga, at the end of the trailer, at the credits, they show Frieza on a ship, and he's like, now we should go to Namek to get the Dragon Balls. You know, that's how they usually want to end their movies, to sequel tease, to make sure audiences come back for the sequel, to make sure they don't, you know, they want to get people going, did you see the end of the trailer? Did you see the end of the movie where blah shows up? No, really? Yeah, it was awesome. That's kind of like the thing now to do. Hey, it was supposed to be on loop. Black Nerd, reviewing the film. I'm reviewing the film. Me. I lost my train of thought for a second. Give me a second, guys. I'll get back on track. I'm a little scatterbrained. I think the sleeplessness did this to me. I'm normally like this. Yes. This I thought they were gonna perfectly set this up when Eggman went to the spoilers for the end of the film. Again, this is spoiler talk. Sonic sends Eggman, Robotnik, into the world of mushrooms. Doesn't send him to the Green Hill Zone. He knocks him into the mushroom world. The way I thought it was gonna end was, I thought the Echidna tribe was gonna be there, and it's like they were all gonna, like, you know, grab Jim Carrey and throw him down to the ground. They're like, this intruder is here. We've never seen something like this guy before. We must show him to our strongest warrior. And then it like zooms slowly up, and then Knuckles is standing there going, like, you know, like this, like, speak, human. And then Jim Carrey's like, I gotta tell you about this blue guy. He's coming soon, and you gotta set up traps. We gotta work together to stop him. Sonic and Knuckles tie-in, right? Maybe we skip Sonic 2 and go straight to Sonic and Knuckles. The story of Sonic and Knuckles, where Eggman tricks tricks Knuckles into thinking that Sonic's the bad guy. And that would be the next film. But no, they kind of don't do that. Explain the shoes and look at... Oh, yeah. Okay, so, throughout the film, Sonic is not wearing his trademark shoes. He does not get those until much later in the film. He's kind of wearing these shoes with holes in them because, of course, he runs very fast, so he's got these big old holes in his shoes. So, throughout the film, later on in the film, Sonic's at their friend's house, and one of the kids, I guess, sees his shoes has holes in them, and she comes downstairs. She offers him these red shoes. He's like, "Here you go," and he's like, "Oh, thanks. You know, these look great." And he puts them on. He's like, "Yeah, I'm looking good." So that's how he gets his shoes, because the kid sees his shoes, and yeah. It's a nice little moment between Sonic and the kid. Like I said, there are actually emotional moments in this film that I think that work a lot better with this new design. So that's how he gets his trademark shoes. The MacGuffin thing is definitely a thing. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do my bingo card without spoiling things, so I might have to do a spoiler bingo card update, because I think I've covered everything in the film that's worth noting. I'm struggling to think of anything else. I think I hit everything. So, yeah, we're gonna continue spoiling. I'm gonna move the spoilers over here as we update the bingo card. Okay. Give me 1 second, y'all. As I pull up this thing. Hey, it's the bingo card. You guys remember this thing? So a few years ago, when the Sonic movie got announced, I made this bingo card years ago. If I could have done it like a year or two beforehand, it probably would have been better than this. But you know, gotta do what you gotta do. So I predicted. Hang on, spoilers is still kind of in the way here. I need to put some thing on this real quick. Excuse me, guys. There we go. Now you can see it. Okay, so spoilers. We're still on spoilers. All right, so here we go. Updating the bingo card. I predicted there would be celebrity voice actors. Eggman would not be Mike Pollock, who is the current actor in the games. Human-focused story, Sonic memes? Big portal vortex in the sky. Takes place in New York. Fish out of water humor. Oddly placed famous celebrity. Opening narration monologue. Shoehorn pop music that will date the movie. Get the MacGuffin plot. Toilet humor, burping, farting jokes. Free space. Litter of product placement. Annoying comic relief. A dab. Forced human companion and or love interest, character backstory altered or changed, mythology gag, adorable mascot, dank memes, weird awkward innuendo, sex joke, groin attack, cameo of Yuji Naka, and dance party ending. Okay, so of all of these, let's see what I got right and what I got wrong. So, celebrity voice actor, that's yes. We had Ben Schwartz as Sonic. They did not get our boy to do Sonic's voice in the movie for some reason. Weird, but alright. Eggman won't be Mike Pollock. I called that. Jim Carrey was definitely pretty good, though. Mike Pollock was good in his own way, but Jim Carrey, I like his take on Robotnik in this film. So, yeah, got that one. Human-focused story. I don't feel it was as overbearing as it was in, say, another film like Transformers, like Michael Bay's Transformers. It didn't really focus on the humans. There's a small subplot with Tom and Tika Sumpter, whether they're going to stay in Green Hills or move to California. So I don't know if I should mark this as a yes or no. I'm gonna put that one as a yellow check mark, or as a yellow question mark, because I'm not sure if I was right on that one or not. So let's gotta do what you gotta do. Hang on, I'm hand drawing this on a mouse, so it's gonna look really wonky. There we go. That's a question mark, because I don't think it really was, but some might argue their human stuff was still in there enough that it would qualify, but not me. Okay, so Sonic memes. Yes, in fact, the Sonic moment I talked about earlier. Crazy Carl, this human character who I guess knows that Sonic exists. He thinks of him like as a Bigfoot character. He's like, he's out there. I know he's out there. But then it shows like him holding a picture of what he thinks the blue creature looks like, and it's Sonic. So Sonic does show up in the film. Sonic memes gets a check. Big portal vortex in the sky. Sadly, I was wrong about this one. And by that one, I mean how most films end with the, oh, we gotta get to the MacGuffin before a giant portal opens up and it's doing this big vortex thing. Technically, yes, Crystal, you're right. There was a portal in the sky with the ring. So, can we count that as a technicality? Can we count that? I think that'll be cheap. Let's also do that one as an orange question mark, because, like, technically, some would say I'm cheating if I put that as a yes, because it's not the same portal in the sky as I thought it would be, even though it kind of is. So, question mark. I should definitely use my tablet for this part. Make this part a little easier. I don't think I'd count it, so I'm... But just so we'll keep that there. Alright, next one. Take place in New York. There was no New York. Wait, no. New York was not in this film at all. I messed up. I should have said California, but what can you do? It took place in some small backwoods town, and then the majority of the rest of the time it took place in California. So there was that. Fish out of water humor. So when I predicted that Sonic was going to be a video game character coming to our world, fish out of water humor means like, I don't understand what this means. What does it mean to ride a car? Tell me what this means. You know, they don't understand basic concepts that humans do. So the human character is kind of our stand-in character to explain, oh, Sonic, in our world, you can't do this because blah. So that's fish out of water humor. It's got a little bit of that. Sonic's not completely dumb and stupid where he's like, Sonic didn't know what a bucket list was, so there was a couple of things I had to explain. He didn't know what a chili dog was. He had his first chili dog. So, yeah, you know what? Boom. I think I got that one. Oh, we're getting close to a bingo here. Oh, almost. Oddly placed famous celebrity. No. At least not one I could recognize. I'd say Jim Carrey, but he was Eggman, so does that count? What do you guys think? He knows about things, but he just hasn't experienced it. Just a random hunter. Like, No. For that one, I was expecting, like, I don't know, some random celebrity to show up. So that one is definitely, I was wrong about that one. Let's put that a red X. Big old red X. That's a wrong. The voice actor for Grounder was yeah, I saw that, but I was like, he's not a celebrity, I don't think. So, we're just gonna put that as an X. Okay. Opening narration monologue. I killed it. I killed that one. If you're wondering what an opening narration monologue is, this one's it's exactly what it sounds like. The whole movie opens up. This is me. You're probably wondering how I got here. I nailed that. Killed it. Yeah, so the movie basically starts off with Sonic on the run from Eggman, and he's like, hey, look, you're probably wondering why this handsome blue hedgehog is running from this crazy scientist with a mustache from the Civil War. Well, let me explain. Let me explain, and then the movie starts. So yeah, got that one. Woo! Shoehorn pop music that will date the movie. No, they kind of use retro songs for moments that happen in the film. I was expecting something like, I'm trying to think of what I was thinking 2 years back when I made this. Sure, pop that would date the music. All the tracks that were in this were kind of to complement the thing that was happening. Yeah, there wasn't really that in. I don't think there was any modern music in there. It was mostly just like, no shoehorn pop music that dated the movie. Sadly. And the only real modern song that was in here was originally composed for the film. That's the credits song, the Speed Me Up rap song thing that people were talking about a few weeks ago. So nope, got that wrong. Get the MacGuffin plot. That was kind of gonna be a given. That might as well have been a free space, because that's what most of these films devolve into, is get the MacGuffin plot. I thought it might have been Chaos Emeralds, but no, it was get the rings. So yes, get the MacGuffin plot. I have to go to California to get my rings. Are we getting close to get? No. This is kind of scattered. There's no I almost got a bingo. I can see already I almost got a bingo, but messed that up. Toilet humor, burping, farting jokes. So for those of you, I don't remember if they outright lied to us on this interview, but I remember them saying there was no fart jokes in this movie. Does anybody else remember that? In chat, if you guys are still watching the spoiler part here, put a yes or a thumbs up if you guys remember that interview where they said there was no fart jokes in here. Because I think I'm remembering that. I might be remembering this wrong, but I do remember them saying there is not going to be a fart joke in this. But there was a fart joke in there. Sonic rips a big one in the that apartment scene where you see Sonic wearing a little towel on his head and stuff like that. He's sitting there on the bed and he just goes, brrr. He's like, oh, Sonic, what was that? He was like, I think it might have been something I ate earlier. I think it was called a chili dog. So yeah, got it. Nailed it. So yeah, I was like, but for me, like, burping and farting jokes are just kind of the lowest form of humor you could put in a kid's film, because that's too easy. Was that really a joke? Yeah, I'd say that was a joke. It was used in the concept, in the form of a joke. That was like, I guess you could argue that it wasn't really a joke, but it did happen. I should have worded these better, huh? Well, I'm almost at a bingo. I'm giving myself some benefit of the doubt. Toilet humor. It was a chili dog reference, but I think the chili dog gag itself worked during the bar fight scene, because there is a bar fight scene in there. So you guys aren't gonna let me count that one? Alright, fine. I should have worded better. I should have said there's gonna be a fart joke in there. Well, see, when I said fart joke, I meant there's gonna be a fart in there. But you know what? Fine. Fair enough. I'll give myself a big red X on that one. Oh god, I can't draw on a mouse. There we go. Alright, free space. Littered with product placement. That one, definitely. Well, not littered, but it has very, very obvious product placement in there. Olive Garden, Zillow. There was one more I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Because she's like, I went apartment searching on Zillow, and it zooms in on screen, there's a Zillow thing. Olive Garden gets like 3 shoutouts in this film. And I want to say there was one more, but I'm not remembering what it was at the moment. He did do an armpit fart, but that's something fun, yeah, so. You know what? I wouldn't say it was littered. Man, I should have worded these better. If I worded these better, I would have got bingos for sure. It did have product placement in it though. Shameless product placement. Mellow Yellow. Yeah, Mellow Yellow did get you know what? Three too many. So I'm gonna give myself that one. If I'm gonna pass on the toilet fart joke, I'm giving myself this one. Annoying comic relief. For that one, I thought we were gonna get like a buddy character. Sonic himself is the annoying comic relief, but I don't know if I count that. So no, because the only annoying comic relief in the film was Sonic. So I'm not gonna. I will be fair and not give myself that one. Sonic doesn't count for this one. Dab. Okay, so you have to remember, 2 years ago, when I made this list, Fortnite dances weren't a thing. If Fortnite dances were a thing when I made this list, I would have replaced dab with the Fortnite dance. So, I will veto myself and count this. The dab was something I was gonna say as like a pop culture reference dance thingy. Sonic flosses in this. 2 times, I counted. 2 times. So, he doesn't particularly dab, but I'm gonna rename dab to a Fortnite dance. So yes, I will give myself that one. I'm giving myself that. If this film had come out when I made the list, it would have been dabs. It would have been a dab and not Fortnite dances. I don't know where the floss thing came from. I don't know if that's particularly originated from the Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite. I don't know. And apparently people are yelling at me that Fortnite did not invent the floss dance, but that's where I know it from, so I'm gonna give it to me. There are many dabs in Fortnite. That's where I get mad haters. It came from some guy and they used it. I heard that's how Fortnite got most of their dances, was from people. I think the Carlton from Fresh Prince is in there too. Okay, so adorable mascot. Sadly, no. The adorable mascot himself was Sonic. I thought there was gonna be some sort of other character to complement it, but nope. Got that one wrong. Sonic himself is the adorable mascot, but Sonic does not count in this one. So X. Man, I almost got a bingo of X's here. Dank memes. I don't recall them actually referencing memes in this. I do not recall an actual meme in there, so no. There's like a couple of Sonic memes in there. Sonic says "Gotta go fast," stuff like that. The Sonic shows up, so yeah, no dank memes, but whatever. Weird, awkward innuendo and sex joke. No. Oh, you can't see the bottom? Pull it up? Alright. I cannot pull it up. Hang on, how do I have to do this. There we go. Weird, awkward innuendo sex joke. I don't recall. They keep this generally family friendly. Well, okay. There could be a stretched one that you could really call. I'm gonna say this is a reach. I'm not counting it. All right. But I'm saying this could be a reach. Okay, so when Jim Carrey first shows up as Robotnik, he's talking to one of the guys. He's like, nope, wrong, I'm in charge. That guy, he says something along the lines of like, is your mom proud that you're reading at a third grade level? Did you read Charlotte's Web? He's like, spoiler alert, she dies at the end, but she leaves a really nasty egg sack. And then at the end, he's like, but look what came out of my egg sack. And then he shows like the little drone thing start going up. I don't know, that's a reach. I wouldn't say that's a sex joke, because it's like, I think that's more meant to be like a weird, well, it is a weird joke. Could we count that? That's a reach. It's a weird joke. I wouldn't say it's a sexual one. Wouldn't say it's an innuendo, but I would say it's weird. Alright, we'll see you next time, Crystal. It's a science joke. Not gonna give me a... Nah, I guess not. Alright, we're not gonna count that then. Fine, fine. No weird, awkward innuendo sex joke. Groin attack. No groin attack happens in this film that I can... Wait. Hang on. I'm trying to remember. There was a bar fight scene. I'm trying to remember if someone gets it in the groin. Does anybody get hit in the groin? Jin said it can count? You think it can count? Alright, fine. We'll go for that. I'll take that one. Yeah, I don't remember them being a groin injury in this film. There might be one in like the background. If you really look hard enough, I'm pretty sure you could probably find one. But I do not remember seeing in particular someone getting hit. They didn't like focus on someone, like a zoom in of somebody kicking somebody in the groin and then doing that shot of like, oh, where the, you know, it zooms in on their faces, they get hit in the groin, they're like, oh my nuts. So no. But yes, I gave myself that one. It was a weird joke. I think Eggman, Jim Carrey makes a couple of actually very weird jokes in this. That's just him being weird. And of course, no groin attack that I remember. Cameo of Yuji Naka. No, Yuji Naka does not show up in this. I thought they were gonna do like that thing where in like the Godzilla films where they have like the creator or something like that cameo as like some important businessman or something like that. Sometimes they'll bring in the creators of a IP and have them just be a background character or something like that. I think the films that did that one best are of course the Marvel movies. Every time Stan Lee shows up in the background, rest in peace Stan Lee. But like, yeah, don't remember. No, Yuji Naka does not show up in this at all. Maybe he does in the background, but I don't remember seeing him. Okay. Dance party ending. No. They do not end with the characters dancing and doing the thing. So sadly, that's an X. Man, I thought for sure I'd get one bingo. I was this close. If only I had not put the dance party there, I would have got a bingo. How close was I at some ones? Cameo of Yuji Naka screwed me up. Adorable mascot screwed me up. If I could count Sonic as the adorable mascot character, then I would have got a bingo. If I could count dance party ending, which did not happen, so that doesn't count. You know what? The toilet humor, burping, farting jokes, I almost got the dang. Look, if you let me have this, I would have a bingo. I was right about that. It just wasn't a joke, really. They make a joke out of it. I'm a little, I'm giving that to, yeah, you know what? I was gonna say, Jen, I'm taking this one. I want that bingo really bad. I'm stealing this back. I'm stealing it. I got a bingo. I called the movie. I was totally able to predict it. Okay, so like I said before, yeah, overall the film was not as predictable as I once thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna go the complete opposite direction where it was terrible. Winds up being okay to passable. Bum, 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 bum. Yay! Bingo! I did it. Me. I did it. I called the film. Alright, so there we go. That is overall, I think I've covered every single thing that has to do with the movie. I think we can now move on to other things. Let me... You guys are about to be free in about a few seconds. Let me get the, let me turn that off. Turn off this. Alright. And finally, we can go back to this. Okay. So guys, here's what we're gonna do. Before we end we're not gonna end the stream yet. I'm not gonna say that here. Let me get rid of the spoilers. Spoilers are done. We are done with the spoilers. You are now free to come back. If you guys have not been on this stream before, now that we are done with the Sonic movie stuff, Sonic movie stuff is finished. I want to quickly do at least one tier list. Okay, what do you guys want? Here, I'm gonna switch. You guys are all free now. Emote only chat off. If anybody spoils anything for the film, you'll be instantly banned. Even if you're a sub. Don't do it. You are all free. Free to talk again. Okay, so. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys. What do you wish to do? Would you guys like to do a tier list? A Sonic tier list? One of these Sonic tier lists? Or would you guys want to move on to Smash Brothers right now? Are we gonna play